this is not good. Ego, get in here right now. We definitely need to talk. Yo, Morehouse, what is good, my man? Why is it so red and loud in here? What's going on? Okay, he's about to make a decision on this Lamborghini job. I really don't think he should do it. Oh, you're such a buzzkill. Think about how cool we'll look. I can literally see it already. Lamborghini X Chris Howe. No, I get it. It's a very cool opportunity, but he's burnt out. We can't be creative in this state, man. You know this. Come on, bro. Think about Dad. This is like his dream for us. You're telling me you don't want to make Dad proud? No, I get it. I know. I love Dad too, but it's so important that he makes this decision on his own. Can I tell you something? Listen. 600 horsepower. Mental health. Bro, you know what's mental? Then you don't want to do this job. Come on, man. Think about it. That could be us in that car in California. Look at the car. It's even crazier when you zoom in. So good in that color. No. I'm putting my foot down on this one. So I turned down a dream job with Lamborghini. Let me tell you why. I'm gonna start with the job itself. I'm gonna read the exact email that came into my inbox, and I remember being like, oh my goodness, this is so epic. Hi, I'm reaching out on behalf of the Lamborghini team to see if you might be available to join us out in Malibu, California on November 13th to 14th, this is 2019 by the way, for a little trip with our two newest super sports cars, the Huracan Evo Coupe and the Evo Spider. That is this car and this car. It gets worse. You'll be greeted by world champion Lamborghini driver Corey Lewis, who will lead our crew on a sunset drive up the canyon to Malibu Cafe for welcome dinner and drinks. The following day kicks off with a breakfast and a morning drive down Malibu's most iconic canyon road, making a pit stop at the beautiful 150-year-old historic building. Afterwards, we'll do some stunt driving with one of Hollywood's best stunt drivers, and then we'll drop by Soho House, Malibu for a casual lunch before breaking for a 3-hour free drive throughout the afternoon. Yeah, even reading it now, I'm like, what? Why? Why did you do that? Let's get to that. Okay, so I think there's a very important note here. This is not a paid opportunity. This is what is called a PR opportunity, a press relationship opportunity. Essentially what these companies do, and companies around the world, car manufacturers, makeup companies, whatever company it is that has a lot of money, will set up these super cool experiences. We'll select certain influencers and actors and people of status or whatever it is, invite them out to come to these experiences in exchange for exposure through those outlets, influencer channels, TikTok, blogs, whatever your thing is that has people that look at it, they want exposure in that place. So in exchange for this epic Lamborghini 2-day Malibu excursion with food and stunt driving, they wanted me to post 2 to 3 Instagram photos and at least 6 stories, and it had to follow like brand guidelines and things like that. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Chris, really? That's nothing. That's just some Instagram posts. I want to make a note. I'm not just an influencer, even though I'm not a big fan of that word, but I'm not just an influencer that shoots photos with his phone. I am a professional car photographer that shoots for Mercedes-Benz and Volvo and Audi and other luxurious car manufacturers. So I hold myself to a very, very high standard, and it's Lamborghini. They're gonna hold me to that very, very high standard. So that is a lot of pressure to produce really, really great content, write compelling captions, make amazing, interesting stories, and I have to do that in a 2-day window. Now, normally when everything in my life is running smoothly, this is a no-brainer. Lamborghini, cool job, fun trip, absolutely, let's go and do it. But at that time, around November of 2019, I was not in a good place. See, I was struggling to manage all the things that were going on in my life. Work, relationships, physical health, mental health, putting my life on the internet, being judged by strangers all the time, maintaining a home, the pressure of sponsorships, the pressure of views, all of these things had built up. And it wasn't good. Here was this epic opportunity in front of me, something I had literally dreamed about since I started shooting photos of cars. To work with Lamborghini is like the dream, and I didn't want to do it. I think that's an obvious sign that something is wrong. So we all know that social media is a highlight reel of everyone's life, and I'm going to use this Rubik's Cube to explain my thesis here. Now, when you see things on social media, you go, oh my God, their life is perfect. How did they figure out all the right moves to make everything look so good? But the reality is life looks more like this. It's complex, it's messy. You don't actually really know. You have some parts figured out and you're kind of working on other areas and developing it. But this is the reality of what life is like for most people. This is my life. It's weird, and this is something I've noticed every time I catch up with an old friend or some family members I haven't seen in a while. They're always like, that trip in the Dolomites was crazy, and you're like in a helicopter in Alberta over the mountain, and you're just like a bird, you're like a real bird, and you're always on a plane traveling, like it's crazy. You're like the new Pitbull, like move out of the way, Pitbull. There's a new Mr. Worldwide in town, and it's Chris Howe. Yeah, that's like my impression of like a high school friend or something like that, but you get the point. Those are all wonderful experiences and I'm super grateful for them, but that again is a highlight reel. My life is not always like that. What you don't see are the hours of editing, the self-doubt around creative ideas, the late night emails from sponsors with last minute revisions, the endless comments and opinions from strangers on the internet, and the looming anxiety that my entire career could just end like this because of an algorithm change. So let's bring this back to this Lamborghini opportunity that was in front of me. I remember specifically telling my dad and my best friend Ross, who are huge car guys, about this, and they were like, yo, this is epic. Like, dude, once in a lifetime opportunity. Like, you're gonna do this, right? You're absolutely gonna do this. You can't say no. Come on, you can't say no to this. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with what they're saying. I think we all say things like this when there's like a cool opportunity and friends get excited and they start gassing you up like, yes, this is gonna be amazing. But what they don't realize is that they're subconsciously putting a lot of pressure on me to say yes so I can make them happy. And it means that I wanna make the decision for them rather than making the decision for myself. My dad is like the classic dude's dude. Like, saying he loves fast cars is an absolute understatement. This guy lives for supercars. That's a lot of pressure. And don't we wanna make our parents proud? Hey Siri, remind me to bring this up to my therapist later, okay? On top of all of this, I was also just so exhausted. I've been working like 60 to 70 hour weeks for the last 2 years straight. I had not taken a vacation for myself. Anytime we were traveling, it was for work or for somebody else. So I didn't just like decompress in a really, really long time. This was essentially my breaking point to realizing that I have high functioning anxiety, which essentially means that I can work really hard, get all my done, but on the inside, I am an absolute disaster. Kind of like the 1996 movie Twister, starring Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton, and they get super close to the Twister and they're like, oh my God, that Twister! But that's my heart and the inside, but it's Helen Hunt yelling at me because I'm the disaster. I had never made my mental health a priority before at this point in my life, mainly because my ego did not want to admit that I had a problem. Nobody prepares you for the pressures of being a YouTuber, an Instagrammer, an entrepreneur, a partner to another YouTuber, an Instagrammer, an entrepreneur who's going through all the same things that I'm struggling with, and just being a adult. Nobody prepares you for that. For me, it's almost what this Lamborghini job represented more than the job itself. If I had the strength to say no to Lamborghini, then I would have the strength to pull myself out of the hole that I was in. I would be proud of making a decision to prioritize my mental health and my happiness. So this is a big reminder to trust your gut. Only you know your limits. I had reached my limit and I was like, this is my breaking point right here. If I go any further, I'm going to literally explode. So with all that being said, set boundaries, do things that resonate with you, and there is strength, absolute strength in saying no. Now here's some like practical advice. One of the things that always gets me through tough decisions or tough times is shifting my perspective. Anytime I'm feeling like super overwhelmed or anxious, I try to take myself like out of the situation and look at it from like a bird's eye view. See, this moment right now might be really stressful, but when you zoom out and you look at it through a wide angle lens, you actually realize that life is pretty great. Now, I don't know if you guys know this because I haven't really shared this on the channel before, but I actually have a tattoo that maybe you've seen or not that says 24 millimeter right here on the inner part of my arm. And I also have this sweater. See? 24 millimeter right there. That's actually the exact font from my tattoo. And what this sweater represents for me is a reminder to focus on perspective. I think the messaging behind this sweater is extremely powerful, and I hope it's something that actually resonates with you. So rather than forcing you all to get matching tattoos with me, which I'm sure some of you would, comment if you would or not, and we'll set it up for like another time. But instead of that, I've actually turned my 24 millimeter tattoo into a sweater so that you too can have a little reminder to focus on perspective no matter how tough the situation is. So think of this as a therapy sweater. When you're feeling stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, put it on, and hopefully it's a reminder for you to zoom out and focus on perspective. If you guys want to pick up a sweater, I will leave a link in the description below, but just a couple of cool reminders for you guys. This is actually locally sourced from a Canadian supplier. It's a good friend of mine. Also, they're really super high quality. Like, I wanted to make sure when you put this on, you're like, this feels good and this will last. And also, we're doing a very limited run of 200. So when they're gone, they are gone. So guys, as you can see, I have a cat, which means we're at the end of our video right now, and we're gonna do a cat ASMR outro. So if you guys like this video, please press like, hit the bell to be notified for future videos, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm curious to see what my video editor's dialogue is gonna be right now. Hey, you having a nice time? Do you like being up here? Should I have done the Lambo job? Do you think I should have done it? Was I wrong? Or was it good that I did what I did? Do you have anything else to say? Here, you want a pet? That was not purrs. That is the opposite. Oh, but you still look so happy. Ooh, touch my nose. You're driving cars in the Dolomites. It's so cool. It's your helicopter ride at Burnout, and you're in the sky in a helicopter, and you're just always traveling. You're just always traveling. It's so exciting. Your life is just cool. You're just professional traveler. Like, move over, Pitbull. There's a new Mr. Worldwide in town, and he's Chris Howe. That's my impression of my aunt or something like that.